He has gotten significantly bigger. Stephanie White has confirmed it. Stephanie White has gone out here and confirmed that Caitlin Clark has been bulking up. Like, that she's bulked up as a player and that she's no longer...
Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping training session has left everyone stunned, while Geno Auriemma is scrambling to backtrack. An old clip of him trash-talking Clark has resurfaced, sparking backlash and leading her fans to demand an apology. As an 11-time NCAA champion, Auriemma is one of the most respected figures in basketball. He has built a dynasty, producing powerhouse teams and shaping WNBA superstars. However, his once untouchable legacy is now under scrutiny after his recent comments about Caitlin Clark. Did he underestimate the rising WNBA star? And could this controversy damage his reputation? It all started in Clark's first professional season.
Talk about what Caitlin Clark has done all season long. She's brought eyeballs to the game.
Yes.
She's brought you to arenas to see opposing teams that you go, oh yeah, they can play too.
Yeah.
Lined up outside wherever Iowa played, which then also wherever LSU played, wherever South Carolina played. Women's basketball is at a whole nother level this year because of players like Caitlin Clark.
The most expensive ticket, y'all. 100%.
Clark's stellar rookie performance has reignited controversy, bringing back to light some past comments made by legendary UConn basketball coach Geno Auriemma.
So Geno Auriemma talked about Caitlin Clark again. This ought to be fun. Anyhow,
What exactly did Auriemma say that reignited the fire? He didn't hold back, labeling Caitlin Clark's fans as delusional, disrespectful, stupid, and unknowledgeable.
Too much attention. And I said, what? Hell no, she's not getting
She's finally getting the attention she deserves.
Everything Caitlin is doing on the court, she deserves all of this attention.
Yes.
She's that good.
And the flowers.
It's not like she's not good. She's tough. She is nice. Like, all the attention she deserves.
Auriemma was furious because Clark's fans believed she could be one of the WNBA's best players in her first season. Long before the Hawkeyes and Huskies faced off in the 2024 Final Four, Auriemma had high praise for Paige Bueckers, ranking her above Clark despite Clark's dominance at Iowa. At the time, he relied on the eye test and statistical comparisons to place Bueckers ahead. However, after Clark shattered the WNBA's all-time rookie scoring record, fans didn't hold back in calling Auriemma out. During her rookie year, she averaged 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and a league-leading 8.4 assists per game. She set multiple records, including the single-game assist record, and proved doubters wrong. The 2024 number 1 overall pick exceeded expectations, raining down a record number of threes on her way to winning Rookie of the Year. Her show-stopping performances helped the Indiana Fever clinch a playoff berth, just 1 year after finishing last in the Eastern Conference. Her chemistry with Aaliyah Boston has been a game-changer, solidifying her impact in the league.
So Geno Auriemma talked about Caitlin Clark again. This ought to be fun. Anyhow, he was a guest on a podcast, Make a Difference with Phil Martelli, who obviously Phil Martelli also a coach, longtime coach in college basketball. Anyhow, if I had Geno Auriemma on, the first thing I would do is, well, maybe not the first thing, because I'd want to get the pleasantries out of the way and not just like railroad the guy. He is a legendary coach, don't get me wrong. But I would eventually play back his Dan Patrick comments for him, where he said that Clark didn't have the right skill set for the WNBA, and that her fans were delusional for thinking she would come in and have this instant impact, I'm paraphrasing, and get his revised.
The level of precision with which Auriemma was wrong about this take is almost impressive. Clark didn't just meet expectations, she obliterated them, proving beyond doubt that she belongs among the WNBA's elite from day one.
Very wrong. And it's okay, like sometimes we're very wrong, but I get why that didn't happen on this latest thing, because, coaching fraternity and all that didn't want to call him out on his freezing, ice-cold polar bear's toenail. Lack of honesty in promoting and giving Caitlin Clark her credit now. Because even the initial question in that interview was basically like, people think it's a rocket ship and really it's been an ascension. Just because you all been around doesn't mean everybody else has been around. And I credit Geno for saying that. He said they weren't.
While fans may never hear Auriemma publicly walk back his comments, the flood of resurfaced videos proving him wrong is likely satisfying enough for Clark's supporters. But this is just the beginning. As an 11-time national championship winning coach, Auriemma has built his legacy on speaking his mind, whether to his players, coaching staff, or the media. He has never shied away from sharing his truth. But that truth doesn't always sit well with the women's basketball fan base. That didn't stop him from once again voicing his opinion on Clark. The UConn Huskies coach is now stirring up more controversy with his latest comments about Clark's on-court conduct. He suggested that WNBA players were being overly physical with her because of her own trash talk. According to Auriemma, part of what makes Clark who she is comes from how she interacts with people. But he emphasized that she's no angel on the court, implying that her competitive fire plays a role in the treatment she receives.
WNBA player, and believe me, I've coached the best, and I've pissed them off a lot, and they let me know about it. But they were tremendously disrespected. And none of them are going to say it, but human nature is, okay, this kid's coming into the league, and Diana said it best, this kid's in for a rude awakening. And they all jumped over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. But nobody's printing. You know, Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set.
Auriemma knows a thing or two about basketball, so his opinion carries some weight. However, that doesn't mean he's always right, especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark.
Actually, odds on she's third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP of the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid that it gives women's basketball a bad name. Okay, so the kid was set up for failure right from the...
But he couldn't have been more wrong with the various comments he made about Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark. Time and time again, Clark has proven him, and her doubters, wrong with her record-breaking performances.
Caitlin Clark did the "you can't see me" gesture. It was against Louisville.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was directed towards you. Walk me through it from your vantage point.
Right after the game, I texted her and I was like, the media is dumb. I'm sorry. They just make stuff up. And then they just put it all over the internet and everyone thinks it's true. We were laughing about it because she did it to her strength coach. She didn't do it to anyone on our team, especially me. I didn't even see it in the game. I was probably, dribbling the ball up the court after she just hit a three in our face. It's just funny how camera angles and perceptions are skewed.
I love, she said, media's wrong. You guys are dumb.
It was hilarious. We laughed about it after. So my perception, I don't even have one because I didn't even know what happened until I saw it.
Auriemma criticized Clark for not being physically ready to compete at the highest level. In his words, she's just not built for the physicality of the league and not quick enough to get away from it. However, Clark's dominant rookie season has completely dismantled that narrative.
A few things on my mind, actually. I didn't mention it in my cold open, but I'm going to mention it now, and that's Caitlin Clark herself of the WNBA. Let's get to the WNBA and this sensational rookie from the Indiana Fever who continues to be box office. Currently lead the WNBA in average game attendance and per game TV viewership. But despite the attendance and viewership records, this Gatorade in the league.
The longtime coach did acknowledge Clark's talent, but emphasized that she needs more experience, stating that the WNBA plays a different style than college and comes with a higher level of physicality. While there's some truth to that, Clark's rookie season has already shown she can adapt and thrive against the league's toughest competition.
Quality of that league, and she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement. Targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. There's a huge target on this kid's back. I thought Cameron Brink said something really smart. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last...
Wrong again, Geno. Sure, Clark struggled out of the gate, and the Fever lost 7 of their first 8 games. Even a generational talent like her needed time to adjust to a new level of competition. But it wasn't just about Clark. Her teammates and coaches also needed time to adapt to her unique skill set. Despite the early setbacks, the team persevered, steadily improving as the season went on.
And there is a lot of excitement surrounding tonight's game.
And that's because for the first time since 2016, the Fever officially are playoffs bound. Time fans, as well as those who just discovered this team this year and all their success, are ready to go cheer them on.
Of Caitlin and the whole team, really. I mean, we just love watching them. Just awesome to watch them, and I'm super excited to see how far they go.
The Indiana Fever are sweating out the WNBA postseason drought and bringing in another W tonight. For the first time in 7 years, they will head to the playoff. Now, there are only a few games left in the regular season before the playoffs start.